What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video. Today we are back in Planet Coaster in our challenge park, and when we left off we created an awesome new land called Wind Valley Forest, and it's doing pretty awesome so far. But I also have a few other things. Check out these challenges. We did get a coaster challenge. We're gonna claim our reward here. Apparently we built a coaster that lasts at least 100 seconds. I don't know how we did that, because if you look at the duration of these rides, the duration's 71 seconds here and only like 50 some odd seconds here. Yeah, so maybe one of the rides, maybe one of the coasters broke down and it made that into the coaster length or something, or one of the block sections made it longer for a moment. I don't know. Maybe something like that happened and it's kind of a glitch. It could be. Regardless, we're taking the free money anyways, because why not? And I was looking at our shops here before I started recording. Look at Hats Fantastic coming in clutch with $408 profit, and then our other shops seem to be still doing pretty well at the same time, getting hundreds of dollars. And then I checked the monthly. Look at this. Our shops and facilities are in the positive. I repeat, positive, which is fantastic for us. And we have lots and lots of money anyways. Look at that. We have almost $70,000 to work with. Now, I did see a comment already in one of the videos saying that money is going to become irrelevant sometime, mostly because I'm on medium difficulty. Yes, that is true, but I'm going to try and do my best to make that to where it might not be. It might change a little bit, because I thought about going even more realistic with this, and instead of charging for entrance and rides, I was thinking about just doing one or the other. So you would have to pay for rides and then entrance, or just entrance fees only. So you go in and then the rest of the rides are free. I thought about trying that out and seeing about how much money we would flow in, and see if it'd be a little bit more realistic with our money flow there. I might try and do that maybe even in this episode. We're gonna try that, I think. With like free rides, but entrance, I think the more profitable thing would be to have pay for rides. So what I'm thinking about doing is making the park entrance free. Even though it's only $13, that's still quite a bit of income we're getting from that. So I thought about making free entry with paid rides and just see how that works. If we still make a ton of money, I might try the reverse of that and see how that goes. And that just makes it a little bit more realistic. In a park this small and this like this, I feel like pay for each rides could actually be a thing. So we're gonna try that. We did do both just to get us kind of started off with our funding, but now I think we can try and get away with that. So this is going to be our year 4 simulation. So we're in our 4th year of operation, which is absolutely awesome. We just now opened our new forest area, which looks absolutely stunning. I'm pretty happy with how this area did turn out. Now, there's a few things I want to add in here. Now, this is going to be, again, another off year, since we did have a huge investment last time. If we do something, it is going to be pretty small for the most part. I might add a ride or another shop or so, but we're going to see exactly how that turns out. But I kind of want to do a few more general park improvements. There's a few things that I do want to add to try and get this exactly the way I want. And the first thing we're going to do is add some station lights in our station building here, because I actually did not do that yet. So let's go ahead and I'm going to use the same type of lantern for this one that we used on our last building, and go from there. So this will be easy, won't take very long, but it will be much needed here. So let's go ahead and place one down there. Cool. All right. Another thing I noticed is I didn't put a railing right here as well. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and place them in right now. All right. So these rides are doing pretty fantastic overall. Let's see, we got standard restroom block there that is doing what we need it to do. We have the Gulpy shop here, which is looking pretty good. Everything's looking pretty solid right now. This section, our new section, is pretty well fledged out, pretty nice and themed up. I think I'm pretty happy with where the where that's going. Something I want to do over here is we're going to go ahead and get rid of this fencing, and this will just make that a little bit better looking than what we had with the wooden fence. I think it just looks much better overall. And I want to do like general park improvements like this that basically just make things look a little bit nicer out here. Like I said, I just want to make stuff look a little bit nicer. But another thing I want to do is let's add a small lift house for our coaster here for Thunder Jolts. That's one thing that I wanted to do that I just have not done yet. Alright, and I might add a little detail that makes it look like the chain lift return is going back that way as well, to make it look like that this is going to be utilizing this. But you can see that kind of makes sense, and you can see that this does go through the roof, which is kind of what the detail that we wanted there. And we have a nice little lift hill building. I was also thinking about doing a couple of custom wooden coaster supports on Thunder Jolt as well. Alright, so what we're gonna do, let's go ahead and take this. We want to go ahead and recolor it. And those extra support structures are looking quite nice. I'm going to go ahead and head into the pathways here. And what we're going to do is get rid of these in-game curbs and fencing. This will overall just give it a better look, in my opinion. How much are these fences? I didn't check. $5 each. Nice. But overall, this fence is going to look quite much nicer than what was here before. And we could do this all the way around. I kind of want to just do a little bit at a time so I don't get burnt out on just doing this fence all the time. So I kind of want to limit myself of how much I do at a time. So the park is just kind of slowly making those progressive changes. And look at this. How many rides are we up to now? 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 total rides and attractions are now in the park, and it's awesome. Alright, so we still have ensure no entertainers leaves for 2 months. We still haven't gotten that done for whatever reason. I'm not sure why that has not been a thing, because we've had these same entertainers the entire time. Let's go ahead and check on our staff and see how they're doing. Let's check on our entertainers first. They're looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and train some of them up here. We do not have any security guards. I think we can hire a security guard at this point. Have a little bit of... Alright, so let's go ahead and give these guys a couple of the work rosters. This guy here can be assigned to Wind Valley Forest. And the other guy, and we'll set him to the entrance. Let's go ahead and raise their prices so they're a little bit more happy to be with us. Let's go ahead and see if we can add some security cameras. That way we can avoid all that the vandalism and such. This will also add on to our park costs, which I'm okay with. We're moving up in the world and adding security cameras. Alright, so that's some more general park improvements there that we're working on. And we're going to do the max on this research, so we're spending a lot of money on research. And let's go ahead and do Tiki Chiki at the same time. So that's a lot of money going into research right there. Adult groups, families. Let's attract some families. And we're going to keep that on auto renew. So we also have some campaign, marketing campaigns going as well. I'm just trying to even out a little bit so we don't go too crazy in the profits and make it irrelevant that we're even having financial stuff. Again, I want to try and keep it realistic, so we're going to try and pour money into some other stuff. The security cameras have monthly costs, I think, and all that fun stuff, and so does, obviously, if we have marketing going on, that's going to play a factor into that as well. Let's go ahead. While we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and continue a little bit with some more custom fencing. Let's go ahead and do another section here, so you can kind of see that transformation that the park's going for. Like, yeah, we were poor, didn't have any money to really use, but now we're putting that money to good use. And I have a complete idea of what I want to do eventually. I think I'm going to eventually there's going to be a huge remodel at one point way down the line, but when we do like maybe a new entrance or something, we could like move the entrance maybe somewhere over here and have a little walkway to the entrance that leads you to the park, and it has a different location, maybe relocate some rides or something. That could be an option later, way later down the line, and I'm talking way later down the line. And we're getting to the point where I might redo the park entrance in general, where we might do some upgrades to the park entrance and just make it a little bit nicer and up to code, because you can see that it's just still this tiny little park entrance. Maybe a couple of seasons down the line, we look into that. Alright, looking into our research, Tiki Chikis will get in there. Overall, lots of positivity. Let's go ahead and check in on our guests and see what they're thinking. Cosmic Cow Milkshake 4 looks busy. I'll try somewhere else. So we're having the issues where things are looking a little bit too busy. I kind of have an idea of what I think I want to do, and it might take a little bit of time, but I'm willing to do it. And we might have to pause for a little bit, but that's okay. All right, we got hotels now. And it would be I think it would be a good for this investment for this season. And I want to put the hotels a little bit further away from the park, so that way when I do make the changes and stuff, it's gonna make it look like the hotel is not like directly in the park. But that's the thing; it's gonna create a big long line and everything. But you know what? Let's just do it. I'm gonna go ahead. I think I'm gonna bring up some references from some generic hotels. This is the one I wanted. Alright, let's go ahead. The first floor is going to be kind of like this texture. There we go. That should be good right there. Hey, it's September already. And I do understand this is going to be a bit of a walk for our guests, but, you know. Which means it probably won't do as well, but my plans are is to put stuff along sides here. And again, it will kind of make more sense later on. And I think this is going to be like our first little bit of parking lot that we might actually do too. Might do a tiny bit of parking. It will look kind of neat. Yeah, we might make this into a two-part thing, so this might not actually happen until year 6 or something. Mostly because I could take the time and finish it up and get it ready, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to give myself an extra time to really finish up, flesh up all those details, and all that, and make it look really nice before we actually go in and open it up. But that'll be nice for us. As you can see, I think we have slowed down on our monthly profit, which is good. Let's head to our research and see. Okay, we got B&M inverts and the Tri-Storm. That's actually a good candidate to add to the park real soon, is the Tri-Storm. Turn down the grid size so we can kind of get exactly what we want here. And you can see how ugly this long, nasty path is, which I don't really like the looks of, so we're obviously gonna make some eventual changes to that, because it's just ugly. It's just ugly. Alright, and I'm thinking trees are gonna be our big savior here, kind of hide a lot of this for now. And I know this looks pretty ugly right now, but that's why I'm going to give myself an extra season, an extra year to get this open. We're not just going to use this. We're going to actually put some effort into it, add some cool details to actually make it look really nice. And this is where kind of like that new entrance could play into a factor. We could potentially put in that new entrance area somewhere over here, and it'll be right next to the hotel. I might reroute this just a little bit to kind of fit our needs a little bit better. Suit it a little bit better, because we can't put anything on the right side because of that boundary. That darn boundary's over there. Not gonna allow us to do that. Sorry that this is gonna be kind of an ugly-ish episode as we attempt to get that completed and going, but that's just how it's gonna be for right now. Obviously we will make some better changes to it probably in the next episode or so. We're gonna get a nice or a good looking path here. This is, I guess, just kind of a placeholder path for now, and we're gonna get a much nicer looking one later on. So but for now, that's just what we're gonna go with there at the moment, and then we'll head into year 5 with kind of back-to-back down years, getting some stuff ready for this hotel's opening, and then that way we can have a nice hotel, and then we'll start looking into bigger investments into the future later on there. So yeah, a little bit of a down year here, making some slight park improvements, but also just looking forward to the future a little bit, because I kind of like this hotel. We need to give it a name and everything still before we go too far, but I think it will turn out really nice. I like the little parking lot next to it. Nothing too crazy. I don't want to go too crazy detail on it, which I think we did just enough detail on this to kind of qualify it to be quite nice. I actually am pretty happy. We'll get some lanterns and stuff in there, which maybe we can do right now actually. Get some nice lampposts in there. Go with the center and one more in between. There we go. That's a little bit better, but we have a lot of lighting to do and some other stuff to do with this hotel, but it will look nice in the end. I promise it will look a lot better once we go into the next episode, so make sure you watch the next episode to see how this all unfolds. I'm going to do a much nicer pathway over here. Again, this was just kind of an idea. I'm going to create a nice little sidewalk path that will be nice and detailed and look much, much better overall, so that will look great. I'm not going to use this path now that I'm looking at it. I'm going to go in and kind of make a better pathway for that. So this is going to be a 2-year investment for this hotel. They're going to take 2 years to get this hotel up and running. So we're going to have that going on for us, and we'll get that hotel running as quickly as we can. Our research is done. I have noticed that we have started to lose some money again. So we can kind of see how our finances are going. Our profits are way down due to park management and all the different changes we have made. We could probably take our marketing off for right now, as we have dipped down to 1,800 anyways, so that's not good. So you can see we made a pretty good negative profit there. That's not good, but we had a lot of negative there, which is definitely not good. You can see the rides and ticket sales have dipped substantially, and that's probably why we have not been in the profit, because some of the changes we made it to where it is free entry with the rides, and I'm doing that to try and up the difficulty since we are only on medium difficulty, but everything's looking quite nice right now. But yeah, stay tuned for the next episode where we do the second part of this investment with the hotel. So I can't wait to see where this goes, and this second year will be a lot nicer. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you have a great day and an even cooler tomorrow, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks, and goodbye.